the eve before the 200. I'm here with Peter, getting some stuff ready, and we're going to do this breakdown here in a minute, so just sit tight. Okay, just getting our bags prepared with the stuff. We got aid station, thank goodness. We have Renee coming out, Shane Hill's going to be out at a spot, and hopefully Steve Griggs, because Steve's at a very most crucial spot. So let me just turn it over to Peter real quick and ask him, Peter, what are your thoughts on this? First of all, do you think Steve will be at mile 150?
I'm not sure. Spank is not gonna be there. He's gonna pay for it forever. But this feels like cheating. We actually have supplies for once. So we are thinking ahead, which is unusual. But that's all you can do, honestly. It's like getting ready for an Ultraman or so. You just plenty of water stops and calculate every 3 hours bike ride enough calories. But it's gonna be an adventure. What else to do on Saturdays?
A lot different from back in the day when we did the Vineman triathlon. The night before, we were out on the grass packing our bags at 9:30 at night. And what did Bradford Rex tell us? Get those bags packed and get to bed. So I almost feel nervous more now than anything else because there's nothing else to do but get up and ride. So I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be nervous 200 for me. But thank goodness Peter came into town. I'm gonna ask his thoughts on that here in a minute too. So Peter, real quick, I got a couple questions for you. What were your thoughts when you heard me say that I wanted to ride 200 miles? I've been talking about this for basically for about a year now almost, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a year. You said it first like in March or so, but then stuff going on didn't happen, and now the longest day a year. Like, well, great adventure actually, at least something to do in times like these. I mean, one has to have some goals, but it's like, it's gonna be a long day.
Yes, it is gonna be a long day.
That's what I thought.
And I'm grateful that you're here, because if anybody has the experience, it would be you. You know, you have won Ultraman Hawaii, which is, everybody all knows, that's a 3-day event. You still have the running course record. So as far as nutrition goes, I know you know, and that's what I'm grateful, because I've made it to 150. But I haven't made it past 150, so my concern is getting it past from 150 to 200, getting those calories in. So hopefully you'll have some expertise there. So can you give us a quick rundown about basically what you're taking in on this ride?
Honestly, I just think about it as 4 times 50 miles. I'll take my sport drinks. I'll take my first endurance sport drinks. These are for stations. I have big containers. Just couple of 100 calories for each 50 miles. Then I put a little bit extra maltodextrin with a little pre-race in it. And for solid food, I figure like a Cliff Bar, that's pretty good. We're gonna have some Red Bull there just to stay mentally alert, because longer day. I mean, you need to just emergency Alka-Seltzer if the stomach is not acting good. And it's really that's all you kind of need for 3 hours. You cannot think of this as a 200 ride if you can plan the stops and break it into 4 sections. It's a lot easier just to think about it, you know. And longer you are there, of course, it's a little bit harder, but it doesn't change how much you can take in, but it just changes your taste buds, I think, a little bit and harder it is. But I think even mentally, if you break it into those 50-mile sections, it's a lot easier. Not to think about what am I gonna do at 160. Well, when I get to 150, I just refill everything like I'm doing another 50 miler. So seems a little bit simpler, hopefully, and because I have no clue, I didn't train for this. So
yeah, I don't know who that person. You know, you can't
somebody talked me into it like a week before this, and I was looking, well, what am I gonna do next week? And it's my recovery week. Oh, what a better day to spend 12 hours on a bike. But and I have no clue where we're riding or what's going on. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. So
Peter said he has no clue where we're going, which is not the most exciting route, but it's the route that I've been riding, and I feel a little safer on it because we will get more on the Van Vliet Trail than on the open roads, because we've had some close calls this summer already with cars almost hitting us from behind or coming head on. So we're trying to be smart about it, because I know when I get to a certain point, I'm going to be tired and I may not be, with it. So like Peter said, we will be drinking some Red Bull. But I think it's funny because last weekend I did 150 and I decided I was going to bag to 200. I said, there's no way. So I reached out to Peter and said, you know what? I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do it this year. It's going to be too hot. So it's not going to work out. Then Peter goes, well, hold on. He goes, let me check my schedule and let me see. He goes, I might be able to come up on Thursday. So when we, sat down and we talked a little bit, he was able to work out his schedule. He actually showed up on Wednesday, which was even better. So he decided, he told me, he goes, what could go wrong? It's only 200 miles. So it is an adventure. We're going to try to take some video of it along the way as much as we can. We'll actually get footage of the start, and we'll get some stuff along the way, and we're going to try to vlog this long adventure. Peter and I have been doing long distance races for a long time. I mean, our first Great Floridian was back in 1994. So what a better person to have than Peter doing this thing with me. So, but once again, like I said, I want to give a shout out to Renee, because she's going to be there, help us with the supplies. Shane Hill, who is a really good athlete himself. He's going to be training for a marathon. He's setting aside his time tomorrow to help us out. And then, of course, Steve Griggs. He's, we joke around with Steve, but Steve has a lot of knowledge when it comes to it, and that's why we have him at the 150-mile mark, because he has athletic training background and stuff like that. So he may be a goofball at times, but he does know what he's doing. And plus, Peter called him Spanky. My grandma called him Snack Boy. So guess what? He's going to have a lot of snacks with him, so we'll probably need those things along the way. So until later, we're out.
Just adding a little bit of the new sport ring. I want to give thanks to First Endurance. I have been using them for probably 15 years now. Just great product, and without them, I guess my nutrition would be a lot worse. And I have been always very happy to test their product before it gets on the market even, and has worked for me for a long time, and it's kind of depend on it, and I know I'm never gonna have any issues with my stomach. So just mixing extra 100 calories with maltodextrin, really good taste too, and we'll find out tomorrow how my legs will perform. I know the stomach will be okay. Well, we have to do those little kind of important things these days. There's lots of bikes are electronic, everything, so might want to probably charge that thing.
Oh yeah.
So we are not at mile 70 with 130 to go, and the bike, I believe it shifts into like small chain ring and some in the middle, and we are spinning 90 RPMs. That wouldn't go well.
Oh no, I've had it where I couldn't shift before, and it sucked.
But
so, you hear these horror stories, so I'm gonna make sure the thing's charged. It's been pretty good as far as being holding charge, I like this truck, So just got a new chain on.
It's shiny.
Got wax on the chain. We're ready to go. So
put some ceramic wax.
Yep.
So it's gonna be clean. It's not gonna.
I just don't. The thing is, I just don't have these oversized pulleys that some people have. But really.
Well, it's cheating. It wouldn't be
yeah.
actually.
I don't want it to be too easy. It's got to be an adventure. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess worst case scenario, I could always take the moped.
That's true. We have a support here, so we can be if you find a moped boy, we could actually drop a little bit behind. But
so let's go in here because I've been chilling the drinks. We've got some Izzy, some Coke, some Red Bull.
This is our secret stash. Then we have some. I have no clue about its flavor, but I saw that was some special. So. And again, mixed with everything. So I think we have calories for another like 500 miles after this.
And I kind of blame doing Challenge Rolf for this whole Red Bull thing. I mean, I did the marathon on nothing but Red Bull.
And it worked out good.
It's Red Bull.
So we have this.
We will also make sure that we carry some extra anti-chafing stuff.
And this one actually freaking
I will
works.
tell you right now.
This one is good.
At 100 miles in, I had to stop and put some on because I had some rubbish going on. So, you have all kinds out there.
Yeah.
I like this for the winter.
Yeah.
But the best is really,
And that one is hard to find.
this one
Last
right
time I
here.
found it was in England. We had to order it all the way from there.
Of course,
But
we'll start out. I'll make sure I start out. I've been using some Sun Bum, so got to make sure because it's gonna be a hot one tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
but should be fun.
I brought here, and now I'm gonna try to give somebody one of my helmets. I brought these, even they're not the newest ones, but they're a little bit probably the most ventilated ones, which I really like them. So maybe halfway through at mile 150, I'll give one spare one if I'm absolutely nasty. I mean, I have been using Rudy stuff for play. I don't know.
Peter, I gotta ask you a question.
I was one of the first athletes, so since 1997, I believe, and I have every product they ever made. I always love those things, love their sunglasses and sport glasses. So.
I gotta ask a question now, okay? I'm guessing it's on me. Real quick. Why do you have these shoes? Please explain.
Well, there might be a secret brick run, but we won't talk about it until we are at mile 195. By the way, we do have to do 201.5 miles because I've done 201. So just to have the longest ride of my life since I'm all the way here.
Wait a minute. This ride was supposed to be about me, not you, man. Like I said, my goal, and I've always said, was try to do 200 miles. So I got to get past 200 miles before I do anything else. This is not like when I was young, whenever we did 150 miles and I got off the bike, or actually we did our first 130. And I remember you saying, oh, we need to go run now. So, stupid me, I was young, I went and ran. But 4 miles into the run, I bonked. So I stopped off and got a bar from a friend. And because I stopped, you said we have to do another mile now. So I never could understand that. So right now, I got to get through 200, dude.
But thanks to that, we have done probably 20 more Ironman races because you stop, you try to cheat yourself, kinda. We just have to make up. There's no other way. So don't listen, earmuffs. 202 miles plus 1 to 2 mile break run. And that's gonna be worth it. Like, we actually done something on the weekend, otherwise it's like, might as well watch TV.
Oh, so basically you're saying so you can eat?
Yeah, we'll be able to have a dinner. And we will have somebody actually to order probably pizza or something what we are craving at mile 160. Like, I don't know, hour or half an hour before we are finished because we'll be probably famished by then. And luckily it's gonna be in the evening, so it's not middle of the day when it's 100 degrees, it's gonna be only 95, so.
And to make this clear, this is a non-draft ride anyway.
Yeah.
We're out there together, but we're not drafting off each other. So the pace isn't going to be screaming fast.
And we are not racing, this is purely to survive 200 plus miles and
in a day.
just to ride it in one day without long stops. The only stops we'll have is literally to fill up water bottles, to take nutrition on, maybe wipe face when we are absolutely sweaty. But it's not 10-minute coffee shop stops here or half an hour lunches. Nah, it's non-stop riding and training. So